We got a listener email from Robert, and the title was "The Dark Side of eBay." And if you'd listened to the show at all, I've always had one or more businesses on eBay, and eBay's always a great place to A/B test, and I love it. I've done a lot of work with them, done consulting. It's just a great platform, and generally speaking, the people are amazing, especially today. This is a discussion about a bunch of previous employees and the previous CEO.
Got it. Okay.
And there's if you're in the marketplace business, there is a website and a newsletter called E-commerce Bites. They've been around forever, and they are especially, eBay went through a time that they were not very well, they didn't appreciate sellers. Let's say that the customer,
they were more focused on the people spending the money than the people providing the services that people were spending the money for.
Yeah, correct. And it took a long time for them to kind of get over that, and now it kind of shifted dramatically, and they do some great stuff, and I highly recommend get involved with their team. But they had a CEO at the time that. In a group of people that took offense to some criticisms that the husband and wife team that published E-commerce Bites had published in their newsletter, everything. And so, according to this that's come out, eBay just paid a $3 million fine for the way they handled this, and a couple of people went to prison for what they did to this couple, and it was a massive threat and harassment campaign. Yeah, we'll link it in the show notes at businessbrain.show. And where I'm going with this, I want to describe it a little bit more because it's fascinating. But how do you keep your employees from partaking
from hitting the microphone while they're talking?
Yeah, that's it. Hey, it's only been 9 years. I'm just learning here.
That's right.
But the CEO, Devin Wenig, I think is his last name. He made the comment and told his team, we need to crush these people. And whether that was an offhand remark or a marching orders that literally we need to destroy them, the team and the folks, they took it to heart, and they really started harassing these people, mailing them things like live cockroaches, live spiders, masks covered with pig blood.
And when did this happen?
So back in 2020, let's see, what is it?
It looks like 2019.
2019.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking.
Yeah,
okay.
Devin Wenig.
So it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I realized the people that did this and the CEO that sort of, I don't want to say, I don't know whether I should say he allowed it to happen, but the CEO under whom this happened is no longer there.
And I've met this guy, and he was
fascinating.
I spoke at a conference with the top 500 eBay executives or whatever back then, and Devin's a very capable guy. He helped turn things around at eBay, but they took things personal. They were commenting on the CEO's salary when eBay was going through a tough time, and so they just it was a group of people in their security department apparently that really just tried to destroy these people. And
wow.
Yeah. So my question is, number one,
what a weird thing for a company to do.
Dude, who would you think?
I've been like, I understand the impulse, right? Like we are heading into political season, which means my phone, and I'm sure your phone, and I don't just mean you, Shannon, I mean everybody who's listening. Our phones are being inundated with spam texts from political candidates. And I mark each one of them, report as spam or whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter whether it's somebody I would even consider voting for or not. I just, I do it. But it doesn't work, right? And so I have thought, these are unsolicited political messages. Wouldn't it be great to respond with something terribly offensive in an unsolicited way? And part of me says, oh yeah, that's the way to get them. But the other part of me is like, if I do that, I'm liable for what I send to people. I'm responsible. Whether I'm liable or not is up to the courts to decide. But certainly I am responsible, especially if I know there are other humans on the end of this. So I have not. I just hit the report and block button and I move on with my life.
Smart.
But I get the impulse to go nuts. But you can't act on that, especially when you're a company. Like you can't act on it when you're just Dave and his phone. You especially can't act on it when you're a company.
Publicly traded company.
But even if it's not, but yes, that doesn't help matters. Yeah.
I kind of, and lately, I've been really kind of leaning into this thesis that all business problems are leadership failures on some level.